Alrighty guys, we're here with Daniel. He's one of my students. He does about 5 to 6K a month with car detailing and house cleaning. Yeah, he's in my one-on-one mentorship, so brought him out here to just talk about his experience, his trials and tribulations with drop servicing. Just tell us a bit about his perspective with drop servicing. But Daniel, thanks so much for doing this interview, man.
Yeah, no problem.
Really
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, how'd you kind of find out about like this whole drop servicing stuff? Like, I know we've known each other for a bit, but
Yeah. So it's been a while since we've known each other, but yeah, I didn't know a whole lot about G&B stuff really until Matt started like posting about what it really is and kind of how it works. That's kind of what got me interested in it, and when I started talking to him about it, I learned more about what it was, and I thought it was really interesting. So that's kind of how it started.
like kind of what made you try it? Was there like a certain point in your life where you're like, I'm just kind of wanted to go all in with something?
Yeah.
Or where you wanted what was your main motivation to start?
Yeah, for sure. So I've been working for a while. I've been working for most of my life now, and I've always been working for someone, not for myself. And seeing how Matt was really working for himself, had his own schedule, had his own thing going on, really was interesting to me because I've always been doing it for someone else. So that kind of is what got me started on doing it, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you guys don't know what I teach on my YouTube, my Instagram, I teach drop servicing instead of the traditional way with Meta ads and Google ads. I teach how to spam Google business profiles around your city. You optimize those profiles, and that gets you free leads, and you find a subcontractor to fill it for a certain cut. So in Daniel's case, it's either 50 or 40-60, I believe. What do you do for house cleaning?
We do 50-50.
50-50?
Yep.
Yeah. So usually cleaning niches is 50-50. How many of these profiles are you running at the moment?
Yeah, currently we're at about 30, I would say, more or less.
30? Yeah. And how many jobs a day are you getting with that?
So I would say for detailing we're at about 2 to 3, and for house cleaning we're kind of averaging around like the 1 to 2 mark since it's newer for us.
Yeah. And like kind of like your average ticket for detailing and house cleaning.
Yeah, so for detailing we usually average about 250 to 270 for like our regular package. For house cleaning it's still pretty new, so our averages are kind of off, and square footage has a big part to do in that too. But we're around, 300 to 350 for that one, for the most part.
And how do you price the house cleaning? Is it by square foot?
Yeah, we do by square footage, and obviously how dirty the home is, like the condition of it, that affects pricing as well.
How did you find like your subcontractors, and like what did you tell them to like convince them to work with you? Because I know asking people for like a subcontracting role is kind of difficult. It's one of the most difficult parts about the model, but like how did you go about that?
Yeah, for sure. So I just mass DM people on Facebook and Indeed. I try to get the phone number that worked best for me to give them a call right away, and then I pitch them the idea that they could really accept or decline any jobs they would like, and that was a big selling point. So
Yeah.
that helped.
So like when you first started, like what was the hardest thing for you? Like the biggest bottleneck for you guys?
I guess understanding how GMBs work, kind of like how to optimize them correctly, how to not get them flagged as like suspicious, understanding how reviews work, how that has a big part to do with how many leads you can get in, just stuff around the GMB for the most part.
Was there a point like where you almost quit, where just nothing was happening, it was just too difficult, or you just like what was your mindset at that time?
Yeah, so I kind of went into it giving it like a fair chance to where I wouldn't quit. But a part that was like a setback for us, where we got our kind of like hopes went down a little bit, was when some of our GMBs got like suspended. That was kind of frustrating because a lot of time and effort goes into like creating it and optimizing it, and when it gets taken down, it's just like you almost wasted your time.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that was kind of like the one thing for us.
Yeah. But those setbacks are like the biggest lessons, right?
Honestly, yeah. Like we've learned so much just from that lesson alone. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Just to be completely honest, like how long did it take you to make your first dollar? Was it like a month in? Was it like a couple days in?
It was about 2 to 3 weeks for us.
Yeah. That's usually the normal. It is totally possible to get a GMB up and then, a day later you get a lead. That's not unheard of, but most of my students, it does take them like 2 or 3 weeks to get a lead. Is there people like talking shit about you trying to do like this online money stuff, or did you tell anybody?
To be completely honest, I still haven't really told anybody about it. Yeah, I don't tell many people about it, but you gotta just try and see what works out there.
Exactly. A moment where you're like stuck, and if you didn't have like my coaching, you wouldn't be able to like solve the problem?
Oh, I
Or-
mean, just the amount that you've helped me alone understanding, first of all, what a GMB even is, to creating it and optimizing it and understanding how to talk to potential like customers. That was huge just from
Yeah.
your mentorship alone. I mean,
So like, what's like your time commitment, like daily? Like, how much time are you putting in
yeah, so
at the
I'm
moment?
yeah, for sure. So I'm trying to optimize it as well as I can. So I'm trying to put in like 5 to 6 hours a day, ideally, to get as much work done
Yeah.
as possible.
So Daniel, in the next like year, like where do you see yourself at financially?
So a year from now, I'd like to be hopefully at like a total revenue of like 100K. That would be like the ideal number.
Mhm.
But you know, always shooting for above that if possible.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, and that's super doable. If someone's watching this and they're just kind of on the fence of starting, like, what are just some words you can give them real quick?
I would say just give it a fair shot. Whatever you do in life, just give it a fair shot. You know, you got to give it 100% for it to work, potentially work. So just go into it expecting that it's gonna work. So
Yeah.
give it 100%. Matt's a great guy, super trustworthy. He'll honestly answer any of your questions to like the best of his ability. Like I honestly highly recommend. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. That's gonna do it for this video. Daniel, thank you so much for joining me. for
Yeah, of
this
course,
interview.
man.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
Thanks for having me
Really
on.
Appreciate it. In the link of this video is gonna be a link to book a one-on-one call with me. If you guys are interested in even talking with me or wanting to start on the mentorship, until the next video. Peace.